I don't know how well I'm coming off to you, but we got light. Let me show you my umbrella light. So it looks like that. And so if you're a YouTuber, you look, oh, I could fix my hair. Okay, I know it's looking rough. Don't worry about it. Your sis doing things. That's she doing things. But you gotta invest in lights. You can get them on Amazon. This one came with 2 umbrella lights and I think 2, don't give me the line, 2 other kind of lights. And it's my first time using this. And it also came with a green screen, but I have not put up the green screen. Don't ask me why, because then I have to teach myself how to use a green screen. But if I'm doing a lesson or demonstrating something, which I do in a classroom all the time, well, not all the time, I like to film, and with the low lights in here, you know, I'm gonna need some kind of light. So I'm in this corner over here. I know, oh, duh, I was looking for this. So these are all my procedures. And so I designed this. I'm going to try to revive that, but this is still good. So I'm just gonna put a new little border around it. It's procedures, something I designed. I was doing stuff, child. One year, oof, I really flipped the classroom, honey. But I don't know, I'm really liking how this one is coming. Ooh, child, my nose ring almost came out. Oh Lord, is it still there? Oh my God. But I just use the same stuff. If you're a first year teacher, I've accumulated this stuff, let's just say over 4 years. Over 4 years. And I've spent more money than I probably should have of my own money. Even with this classroom, after my fundraiser, after the things that my subscribers have graciously done. And as you can see, I didn't need all those balls. This is one of the better rooms. I don't think I have anything else to buy besides 2 pillows, which I didn't want to buy. And I can't, can you think of anything else, Bobby, that we need? No? So, I don't know, but I'm excited. I gotta figure out what to do with this wall. I'm not covering it. It doesn't make sense. With Fire Marshal Bill, I'm gonna have this be my goal. I'm gonna try to stay below the 2 brick thing that they have here. I don't know, maybe I could do a skyline. Maybe I could do the skyline up here. What do you think about that, Bobby? Do the skyline up here. Because, okay, so look. So this is gonna stay here. Remember I told you I was gonna use the fish wire. I got this actually from Hobby Lobby, $100. But hunty, it was 75% off. I could not, as my friend Lips would say, I could not leave it in the store. 75% off? Who leaving something in the store for that? So I think I got it for like $25. 75% off on 100. Do the math and carry the one. Yes, $25. So I figured since I have limited board space and I don't mind chalk, I could put the objective for the week. Hopefully it's for the week, the homework. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll learn as we go. This is my first year at it. It's really will be my first full year, starting a year at a traditional school. For those of you who don't know, I've been at alternative schools, behavior schools. I probably said this before, but pretend I didn't. And so I haven't been at a traditional school. I've been at schools where, you know, there are mental issues, behavioral issues. So those are the babies I'm used to working with. So this will be quite the change for me. And I've always had small classrooms where the maximum number of students allowed is about 10 to 13. And in some facilities, the students had to be monitored by behavior staff inside the same room. So I've worked in some interesting places and have fallen in love with those students. So I'm excited to see what this school is going to bring me this year. So with this right here, I don't know if it's gonna fit. So I kind of want to work with the height of this, which is just about at the 2 brick line. Yeah. And then I'll put this one. Yep. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be really nice. So, call me to fix this, child. But let me see if I can bring life back to this procedure sign. And what I did, I designed all these. That's why I'm not trying to redesign them. I don't even know where these files are. I did these 2 years ago. So this one says how to enter the room, and that's pretty been standard for me throughout my 4 years. Calmly enter the room and quietly take a seat. Don't come in here chit-chatting, because I control behavior with the lighting, and I have my lamps on. I have my lo-fi hip-hop music playing. I can't function without it. It's great calming music, no words, it's just beats. And we get so used to it, if it's not playing, then it's like, what happened to our white noise? What's up, Miss Bazzle? What's up, Miss B? So when they come into the room, and if you talking and key in here and key in there, when you come into the room, you have to go back out. Try again. If you're coming in with a nasty attitude, stand outside the door. Let's have a little chit chat before you bring that energy into my room. My room always has a nice smell as well. So you're entering into a calm, meditative space, basically. So you got to enter. There's a certain way you enter. You don't enter you coming in having conversations. No, you have a conversation. You stand outside the door. You finish your conversation just before the bell rings. Period. So do not change your own seat. Now, if you're sitting, let's just say you're sitting over here and then you decide to walk across the room. No, you need to ask. You ask me, and I want to give the kids the option to choose their own seat, you know, hence flexible seating. So I'll have to see how it goes, because it's going to be hard. I think, if you have suggestions, let me know. I think it's going to be hard. Child, I hope I don't get copyrighted for this music in the background. Let me turn this music off. So I think it's going to be hard to assign seats. And I kind of want to, I also want to work with the SPED department. If there is a child with ADHD or some type of disorder, where they will benefit from being on a bike or benefit from being standing up on an under-desk elliptical, I'm hoping that they will have a better idea of those kids, and then we could work together to find the best seats for them. I've worked at another place. This boy, he had to have the bike, so everybody knew that was his seat, and it worked so well for him. Then it was another boy, he had to have the under-desk elliptical. So when I knew he was, you know he needs that seat, he had to have that movement, and it worked. So I kind of want to give them options, but I also kind of want to assign seats. So I don't know if you have suggestions, because I'm trying to think of the processes down. I think I could kind of create stations, like, oh, okay, you're in, I don't know, I got to come up with some names. I don't know, like the subway station, the subway stop. That's always a favorite in a class. And I may go somewhere else and the bike is a favorite, or the stand-up desk is a favorite. It's different wherever I've introduced this stuff. Sometimes the wingback chairs are favorites, but what I've noticed at a few schools with my little sofas, they consider it, oh, I'm gonna take a nap. So as soon as you do that, no, that's not what these are here for. And if I see that's what you're doing, you lose your privilege. So I make that very, very clear day one. And the bikes might be off limit day one. So I don't know. I have to figure it out, because there's a lot going on in here. But Bobby and I counted up our seats. It was not including something, and we had 32 seats. So I just want to be able to accommodate everybody and make sure we have enough seats. So there's enough seats. I will go around and count them on our reveal day. So don't just get up out of your seat and change. I don't play kids walking around the room. See, I'm coming from behavior. I'm coming from that mentality. Somebody's walking around the room, they could be walking and hit somebody. So my 4 years have trained me, you don't walk around my room, honey, because I don't know what you're going to be doing. I know that's probably not the case here, but don't walk around my room. Okay? Immediately get to work at your desk on a do now. I always have a do now up. The last 4 years, as soon as you come into the room, this is not a time to start a conversation. It's a time for you to start your do now, because there's always something up on the board or the projector for you to do. That, I always have that available. You gotta have a do now, boo. That's just you, and that's routine. So if you come in and you sitting down, you looking around, excuse me? Excuse me? Okay, what is the procedure when you first enter the room? Oh, you know, you just give them a nice little reminder. Do not enter my room if the door is closed or if there's no teacher present. So, you know, I assume the doors remain locked, but if I'm not in my classroom, there's no need for you to be in here. No unattended children. No, I'll do that. So this has traveled. You see how this has traveled? Who want to redesign this every year? I don't, and that's money. That's why it's in black and white and not color. So, now this one, I'm not redesigning it. Some of these things I've used for the 4 years. The pencil I've used, just hold up one finger for the pencil. A tissue, you need to use the bathroom. I don't know, maybe a different procedure for that. Or that you need help, you raise your hand and I'll be like, okay. So I don't want the kids interrupting me when they need these things. If I see the hand signal, then I know that's what you need. And I can continue teaching or whatever I'm doing, and they don't disrupt the entire class. So that's where the hand signals come in. And these are 7th graders, and I've tried it at my last school. I was with 8th graders. I taught them the hand signal for the bathroom. And I've had a pencil monitor, but the bathroom they did use the hand signal, which they abused. But so anyway, I have to come up with a routine for the bathroom. I like to say you need to go before you come here. I don't mind if you're like 2-3 minutes late because you went to a bathroom. That doesn't bother me, because people are still doing their do now. So you know you have to finish that do now, because it then becomes a grade. So go to the bathroom before you come to my class, because you walk past the bathroom before you get to my room. So don't get to my room talking about you have to go to the bathroom. No, go. I'll take the L on the 2 minutes or so, but you get here. And yeah, I don't do, oh, you get these tickets and stuff like that. No, handle your business before you get here. That's being responsible. So I teach them that. I feel like you guys don't want to see this stuff. So, and this is my other one. This is a quote that I have on the back of one of my chairs. I freehanded this. You're free to choose, but you are not free from the consequences of your choices. Right? We can always choose, but with those choices comes consequences. Fire alarm procedure. I think this is pretty standard wherever we go. So if this is something that you want to do in your classroom, you could take a picture. If it's not coming out right, here we go. Take a picture of it and you can put it in your classroom. And I'm used to putting things into frames. I like to put everything in a frame. Yeah. So I'm a frame girl. What is this one? Oh, if you're absent, there's a, I haven't showed you guys those drawers. There's a set of drawers where the kids hand in work. And I'm gonna figure out a system where I have work that we've done for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever it is. So if you know you weren't here on Tuesday, when you come in, you go to that Tuesday drawer to see what you missed. Period. So so it's like, what do you do if you're absent? So this teaches the kids what is the process. It is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to make up missed work. Any papers passed out will be in an absent folder or drawer. Make sure you pick up your work when you return to school. You may use your early finisher time to complete missed assignments. So if you want to take a picture or do something like this in your classroom. Yeah. So we have that one. And so actually what I did, I got the frames first, and they had glass in them, and I got rid of the glass. Y'all know where I used to work. They couldn't have pencil erasers, honey. So I took the glass out and I bought the cheapest frames, and then I set my page up in Photoshop. I'm sure you can do it in Word. I'm sure you can do that. But I set the page up to the size of the frame. And when you buy it, it tells you what size frame it is. And this one is if you finish your work early. You have to have a process and a procedure in place if your kids finish work early, okay? So, because they'll be sitting there or they'll disrupt other students. No, there's a procedure if you finish early. And here it is. And I also put this in my little pamphlet too. So, if you finish your work early, and this could possibly change, but who's redesigning that? Not me. Check to make sure that you've answered all questions, and is there a backside? Because sometimes they forget there's a backside. Study your vocabulary words. If we have vocabulary words that need to be studied, complete a menu item on your bingo sheet. I might bring that back because it's listed here, and it can be like, I don't know, there's different activities you could do on a bingo sheet, and if you finish all the squares on a bingo sheet, you get a prize. What that is, child, I don't know. So anyway, or you can read your library book, because we do a book tasting where the kids choose a book. And you catch up on missed work. So there's absolutely no reason for you to be sitting there, because there's a whole list of things that you could be doing with your time if you're an early finisher. And the one thing I do not like as a teacher, I'm sorry, it is my pet peeve and I'm working on it. I'm done, miss. I'm done, miss. I'm finished. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like, okay, good for you. You want a star? That's the pet peeve. So we do talk about that, and sometimes the kids need to be reminded, please don't do that. The whole class does not need to know. And sometimes when kids yell that out, it will disrupt other kids in the classroom too, and make them nervous and make them want to you know, make them want to rush through their work. So it's not fair to the other kids either, you know. So just because you finish fast, next time you're going to get something a little more challenging. How about that? So if you want to take a picture of this or use something like this in your classroom, you can change it up and use it to whichever way you need. And once again, I designed all of these in Photoshop. These are easy to do. You can get these frames. I got these from Hobby Lobby. They could have been like $3 each. I threw the glass away, and I have these, and then I just did a set. And this one I designed Photoshop again, but remember, I got the frame and then I set my page in Photoshop to this size. So this one is Miss Bazzle's Classroom Rules, and I don't like to use rules. I wish it was procedures. Leave the excuses at the door. Be ready to learn. Say please and thank you. Keep hands to yourself. Do your best. So I think these are just various things that I've just put on here. Raise your hand. Follow directions. Make mistakes. Take risks and make mistakes. Try. That's all I ask you to do is try. Okay. And work hard and no bullying. So this can follow and dream big. So I just did different fonts and stuck them on there and resized them. That's it. And I still stuck with the black and white theme throughout, because it was cheaper for printing. Printing process is cheaper. And that's it. And I just did this, which we talked about. I just did procedures, which is the same frame. These are the same frames. I just did a little more around this one. And I just did procedure, the definition of procedure. Definition, the word, and the definition. That's it. That's all I did. And so this goes in the top because these are our procedures for the classroom. And that's what this corner is about, our expectations for the classroom. And I have slides. I have about 90 slides that I created over about 3 years. I don't think I used them last year. So, and every year I change them. I may want to change it a little more this year, but we go over those slides. Those slides can actually last, it can really be about 4 or 5 days to go through the slides and practice. I practice coming into the classroom. I practice how we exit the class. I dismiss the class. The bell doesn't. I don't know how that works here. The bell doesn't dismiss the class. I dismiss the class. So you jumping up when you hear the bell rings? No, we don't do that. So I have a doorbell I got on my Amazon teachers wish list, and until that bell ring, my bell rings, don't you move your tail out of your seat. Boop, boop, boop. I'm telling you, it sounds kind of harsh, but kids really like the structure. They like to have a process for everything, and kids like jobs. I also do a job fair where I assign jobs. So it's a whole, I did interviews and everything. I don't know if I want to spend that much time with it this year because it's a bigger class, but no, they fill out applications and everything. This is what an application looks like. So remember, I'm coming from behavior, and they didn't have these basic life skills. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see how it goes here. But I'm really excited. So this is my goal. I want to get this done and still be within the guidelines for fire marshal bill. But I am really loving how the class is coming out. And if I had my way, I might do it. I don't care if it stays here. No, I'm gonna have an attitude. Because now when you do donor shoot, I know I'm not talking to you guys to death. But I hope these things help. I hope these help and give you some ideas for your classroom or space. Put your stuff in little frames. Go to Hobby Lobby. I got these when they were on sale. I think I got them each for $3 each. And some of this stuff is an investment. You're gonna get out what you put into your classroom. No, I don't like restaurants. And every year I get to sink myself in the hole. Every year. One year I worked the entire summer designing all this stuff. Woo! I did the thing on that classroom, child. But it's what I enjoy because these are my babies, so I didn't mind. So I've talked to you guys to death, so I want you to see how I put this up. But once again, I've said this before, we need to repair this. And I will try not to dance today. No, I will be dancing at least one time. That is my goal, to dance once a day. At least once a day, and work on me, because dancing brings me joy. I don't know, maybe when we have some tea time, I'll tell you about that story. Okay? About my dancing days. Yeah. My whole high school yearbook has dance machine. So I've been dancing. You couldn't have me walk down the street in New York and hear music. I probably would have been dancing, but Bobby is using her AirPods. She's not playing her music out loud today. But when I hear it, it just brings me so much joy just to dance. So sorry if that bothers some people. I just love it. And so I'm so excited. I know I've already said that. Okay, let me get this all fixed up, and hopefully I can bring that back to life and make it look pretty.